Blah, my voice cracked there. I'm going to do that again.
Off to a great start, Katy.
Great start. Okay. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Perpetually Ajar. I am your host, Katy Johnson, and here is my co-host.
Hey guys,
Hello.
What's up? I am Beau Ramos.
Yes. And what do you do with KRWBY Productions?
Well, I am the voice of Winter and Ilya for the Abridged, as well as a co-director and writer for the KRWBY Productions VR shorts.
Excellent. And I forgot to introduce myself. I am, Katy Johnson, and I play Weiss Schnee. I play Cinderfall. I play Penny Pelladonuts. And I play our lovely Velvet the Rabbit as well. And I also am officially on the writer team for some of the VR shorts and whatnot. And yeah, I also have a lot of fun with KRWBY. And this podcast is a very exciting journey for all of us here because we are parodying the lovely podcast by Barbara Dunkelman over at Rooster Teeth called Always Open. So we're just on a parody adventure. And we have a special guest with us today. Will you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lambency, or also known as Corin Forte. I'm an artist. I enjoy drawing. And I've joined this team just this year, but I've been having so much fun with it.
Yay! And yeah, before we get started, I just kind of want to go over a little bit about what this podcast is about. So, yeah, welcome to our exciting podcast. If you're a fan of Rooster Teeth and their content, then you know that they are freaking awesome. And we like to parody a lot of their stuff on this channel. And as you know, this is a parody of Always Open. And it's just kind of going to be the place where people can go to learn more about the KRWBY team and what's going on behind the scenes, because we're going to have a lot of fun segments where we just kind of have fun and riff with each other. And we're going to try to have a guest on every episode where we just learn more about the people that are working on these awesome projects that you like. And yeah, that is what this podcast is about, and we hope you will stick around. So before we get into all of our beautiful questions, I'd just like to know what's going on with everybody here. Like, Beau, what have you been up to? Lambency, what have you been up to?
Beau, I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay. I've honestly been trying really hard to kind of get back into the flow of things with scripting for the VR shorts. I kind of hit a little bit of a funk the last couple months, but got some really cool ideas. Been working with some of the team members on that, and I've also been trying to kind of re-kickstart streaming. So, like, yesterday, I literally streamed for 12 hours.
Oh, my God.
I streamed 7 Days to Die. That was an experience. There were zombie bears. There were zombie strippers. It was pretty intense.
Oh, my gosh.
That sounds wonderful. Lambency, what have you been up to?
I've been recovering from RTX. I'm still a little bruised up.
Yep.
All these mysterious bruises just keep appearing on my legs. I've been working on getting back into the flow of art stuff. I've been doing a lot of Hoseki no Kuni / Land of the Lustrous art. Absolutely love that series. So beautiful. I've been doing a little bit more cosplay stuff. I've been doing more craft stuff. I've been wanting to kind of expand my horizon with things that I've been doing. And I've been wanting to get more into computer game or PC games and whatnot. But I'm trying to find stuff.
Yes. And yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, I just got back from BronyCon.
Ooh.
So, like, it was a lot of fun. BronyCon just had its last year, and I kind of got the full VIP community experience because I went with my friends that, like, I know them from, like, the animation community, etc., because I see them at lots of other cons, but I had no idea how big they were in the Brony world. So I just went and witnessed the My Little Pony at Maximum. It was me and my friend Jordan. He goes by Jack's Blade, and we actually have a podcast together, which you should check out. Weird Flex, but okay podcast. But yeah, we were just kind of there seeing all of the panels, talking about the show My Little Pony that I recently started watching. And there was like a dance. There was an improv show called Whose Line Is It Anyway? Oh. And there's a lot of, they have a lot of pony puns, which is very fun. And it was just an amazing experience because I hadn't seen a con quite this specific before. And it had about 10,000 people. And seeing this community come together to celebrate for One Last Go was just really beautiful. And I'm really excited that I got to be a part of it in like its biggest moment.
That's
awesome.
what I really like about like RTX is that like it is such a specific convention for a specific sort of fans and for content that they like. So when you go there, it's like, cool, we're getting the Rooster Teeth experience rather than going to like Anime Expo and being like, we're getting the anime with a little bit of Rooster Teeth here and there.
Yeah. Like RTX was definitely fun too because I'd never been to a con that specific. So then I just jumped off the rail and went even more specific with the My Little Pony con. Like there's so many different cool cons out there, but RTX was also something that I'm still kind of recovering from just because we had such an amazing time out there, from like the pool parties to the panels to like meeting all of the wonderful people that make what we love possible and what we do possible. So
I got to go to a specific con last year that was honestly like a life-changing con for me. It was a con in Vegas called Klexicon, and that one was kind of more so like it celebrates like positive representation in modern media. And it was so cool to like go to a con that was so focused, and you just knew like as soon as you stepped onto the convention floor that you were surrounded by like-minded people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's so crazy that there's
something
so
that I think
cons.
everyone should get to experience at some point, is being able to go to like an exclusive like specific con for something, because it's honestly really cool.
Especially if it's for something very important to you too.
Yes. Yeah. Because like multi-genre cons can be really fun, but when it really hones in on the things that you love, it makes making friends in this community so much easier, because everywhere you go, someone loves what you love.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I loved about RTX, is that like we were waiting in line for the RWBY panel and we were just making friends all around us because everyone knew what we were talking about.
Yes.
Man, waiting for the RWBY panel at RTX was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, because we were in that long line for probably, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Like, it felt like 2 hours.
We accidentally cut in line, but we got to meet Nonsuch. So we were just waiting with her in line. We're just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. And like the way they had the lines organized at that convention, where it was really interesting because you pretty much had to wait an hour for whatever panel you wanted to go to. But everybody would always get in, and everybody would have a fun time in the lines. I played Smash with somebody in one of the lines because they brought their Switch with them.
Ooh. Yeah, and we were playing heads up charades waiting for the RWBY panel.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. So
and
like
those,
for anybody that
the people that were right around us were like getting in on it too and like helping and everything.
Yes, so highly recommend RTX. Anybody that wants to go to a con and loves Rooster Teeth like we do, you will have the ultimate or Rooster Teeth experience at RTX.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and get started here. I feel like the ice is like barely cracked, but I'd like to introduce the first segment of this beautiful podcast called Icebreaker. We are going to be answering a few simple situation things where we're going to just kind of have fun with it. So for our first icebreaker, would you rather not eat all day or not speak all day?
I'm gonna have to go with eat, because I cannot shut up. I tell myself, Beau, you need to stop, but I can't, and I don't.
Yeah.
Like eating something, I feel like as an artist, as someone who's creative, I'm sure you guys can attest to this too. Eating is something that is very easy to forget to do when you're like involved in something.
Yeah.
So I feel like that wouldn't necessarily be as big of an accomplishment as like, okay, I'm going to not say anything for 24 hours.
Yeah.
At least for me anyways.
Yeah, I definitely have an interesting relationship with this question, because I do have days where I'm just kind of home on my computer, and even though I'm being social, I can still write, I can still type. So, like, I can still kind of do a lot of the work that I need to do without talking, but when it comes to recording time, even if I'm not speaking to anyone, I need my voice to do my voice work. So it's like, but when I don't eat, my energy is just, like, so low. So you probably have to segment it out into like because the human body can only go maybe like it can go like 3 weeks without food, but water it can only go like maybe 3 days or 3 weeks or something without water, but food you can go a long time. So like
sounds like a myth busting test.
I know the answer's out there somewhere in the universe, but I probably on the days I have a lot of work to do, I'll just go with not eating. And then the days when I have less work, I will nourish my body.
Yeah.
And just push it onto the days where I just do all the work and then I have my eat day.
Yesterday was kind of like that for me. There's this new barbecue place that opened near me, and they had like a special like Uber Eats deal where it was like 50% off your first order, and I was like, man, I haven't had barbecue since RTX. I'm gonna relive this experience.
Yeah. Yes. Well, Lambency, what about you?
Well, I don't do as much voice stuff as you guys do. So I would probably go with the not talk, because I mean I just sit at my computer and I just draw all day anyway. So, but
wow,
I enjoy having
so much better than us.
But I just
At least someone's getting shit done.
Right. Even then, I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna get all my stuff out. I'm gonna get working, and like an hour later, I'm still staring at the screen. What am I doing? But I usually need nourishment or sustenance, I guess, if I wanna be productive. So I would probably need to eat. But I would probably go with the no talking, just because I don't do much recording and I don't talk much to begin with.
No, yeah, that makes sense, because like depending on like the type of life that you live, like you can get away with the not speaking stuff if you do a lot of work from home.
All right,
but like life. Yeah, but the not eating thing, oh man, when I haven't eaten, my energy just gets all whacked out, and like the work I need to do, I can't really do it. So like I'd have to maybe just have huge meal days, so that like the next day I can do all of my speaking and stuff. Oh, so maybe I can like schedule it to where any work that I have to do that doesn't require speaking, I'll do it all one day, and I'll use that day to eat, and then the next day I'll do all my speaking stuff.
Just that whole day to eat. You're just gonna eat that entire 24 hours.
Yes.
It's also the worst thing ever. Katie, I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but you know, I haven't done nearly as much voice acting stuff as you have. But the first time I recorded, I want to say it might have been for Nondescript Winter Holiday. I'm not sure. But I ended up just like deleting the take right off the bat, just because I was so embarrassed by it. But like I had just eaten, and like right in the middle of one of my takes, my stomach just went just loud enough for my mic to pick it up, and I was just like, oh god, okay, this is why they say don't eat right before a recording session.
Yeah, but it's also interesting, because if you haven't eaten for a long time before you record, your stomach will also just be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you have to find that balance, which is hard. And also don't drink like milk 20 minutes before you record, or do like any dairy.
Yeah.
No.
When I did choir stuff, they told us like every time we did anything for a concert or performance, 24 hours, don't have anything dairy. Don't drink milk.
Yeah. What is the reason behind that again? Do you know?
It stimulates, I believe, your mucus glands up in your sinus cavities, so you produce mucus, and it makes you sound. It can make you sound a bit more nasally. It doesn't give you that clear sound.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I often don't have milk anyways. So
I'm lactose intolerant too, but I don't care anymore.
Oh my gosh, I'm like terrified. Is it coming for me?
Yeah,
I
lactose
really
intolerance comes for
cheese,
everyone.
though.
Don't worry.
No, it's interesting. How does that work? Are you just born with it? Because my boyfriend recently said that like he's loved shrimp for a while, but recently shellfish has been making his throat hurt a little bit. So like, do allergies just come later in life?
Sometimes they can develop, because when I was younger, I wasn't allergic to eucalyptus, but now I have to make sure that everything that I have doesn't have eucalyptus. Like I had to switch mouthwash because it had eucalyptus extract in it, and it was making my mouth burn even more, which I thought it was just because it was, mouthwash and I'm gross, but apparently it was the eucalyptus.
It's like, it's not supposed to hurt that much.
Yeah. But lactose, I think, comes later in life, too. But it also can transfer from mother to child, because my husband's mother was lactose intolerant, and her child came out completely lactose intolerant.
See, I was never lactose intolerant when I was a kid. I used to be like, ice cream, cereal, all of that. And then it's like cheese I can handle. So if it's like a cheeseburger or like a sandwich or something like that, like I can handle having small amounts of cheese, but like straight up like creamer or like
heavy
milk
dairy
or anything like that, it's just like I'm down for the count. But then sometimes I'm like, you know what, it's worth it. So like the other day I was hanging out with Brian and Annika, And we stopped at a Wendy's, and I was like, I'm going to do it. And they were like, oh, no. And I was like, I'm going to get a Frosty.
Oh, my God.
Do I hate myself today?
Did.
Yes.
So what did it do? Does your lactose intolerance just make you like, ugh? Does it make you sick or like?
Because I've had to deal with it now for about 5 years, I've kind of just gotten used to having a general level of just like discomfort at like everything that I eat, because I also have acid reflux.
Oh,
so it's just like my body's just trying to die for whatever reason.
Well, welcome to the Science Podcast, everyone.
But no, it's if I pace myself, it's not too bad, which I did. I was able to. I didn't get like a large. I got like a small one, and I can enjoy it in small quantities with like minimal discomfort. But it was just weird. It was just so weird because I used to love milk when I was younger, and then just one day it was like, nope, it's gonna try and kill you.
Yeah. That's what happened with butter for me, because after a while that started hurting, and that's when I found out, hey, I have gallstones. So I had to get my gallbladder removed. So that actually, having my gallbladder removed actually kicked up my lactose intolerance, and it made my stomach even more upset. But since it's been a couple of years, it's gotten, a little bit better. I still can't have, extraordinarily buttery things, which is a disappointment because at RTX there was like ribs smothered in like a butter sauce and like all these garlic butter things, and I'm like, it's right there, I want it.
I'm really hungry now.
I know, me too.
I just had some really buttery popcorn like 20 minutes ago.
Delicious.
I'm jealous.
Yes. But yeah, so final answers. I would rather not eat all day and then eat a bunch the next day. Yes.
Yeah, I would rather not eat all day so I can continue to annoy people.
Yes.
I mean, if that's going to be a reason, why not?
So, Lambency, you would,
Yep, I would rather eat.
Yeah, this is fair. So let's go on to our next icebreaker. All right, this next one's in a little bit of a different realm. Would you rather have one real get-out-of-jail-free card or a key that opens up any door?
Okay, so I have a thing about this, and this is how my brain works. Why would I have a get-out-of-jail-free card if I have a key that opens any door, i.e. the jail cell that I'm currently locked in for getting somewhere that I wasn't supposed to be in?
But can I have the key to anywhere and then get the jail-out-of-free card for when I inevitably break into somewhere that I'm not supposed to be?
You can only get one, and to add on to your answer, Beau, there, even though you have the key to get out of the jail cell, the coppers will still chase you and put you back in, and then you wasted your free key card, because it doesn't just because you have a key to anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant that it was like unlimited, like I could just have a key.
Or well, the key to any door. Actually, yeah. Okay, we'll make the key that opens any door a lifetime use, but the get out of jail free card you only get one of, and by that it means no matter what you did, you get off. Nobody's gonna come after you, nobody's gonna try to hunt you down, you're just free. So even though you do have, if you chose the second answer for the key that gets out of any room, you would still be chased down by people, and that could get annoying.
Yeah, it's you're not free from the repercussions of what you've done.
Yes, yeah, you're on the run.
Boo.
That sounds exciting. I've always wanted an exciting life.
You've always wanted to be on the run.
Yeah.
But like, the jail-free card is only really going to come in handy if you have a desire to maybe do something that would get you in jail. So maybe like get one and then just go do something real bad. Like, I don't know, like, I've always just wanted to steal the Declaration of Independence. So I'm just going to get this one real get out of jail free card. Or if you want to be the best at all robberies, you could get this key that opens any door and just get through all security and see if you can make it.
Okay, but what if with the get out of jail free card, you put together this elaborate team that is guaranteed to like get you into this vault where you steal like the most money ever, and then you're able to hide it so that no one knows where it is, and then you get caught for it and you pull that get out of jail free card, but then you have all of that money because you don't have the repercussions from stealing it.
That's true. So if you want to live that high life of crime, you can get the jail out of free card, do as many crimes, and the one you get caught for, use the out of free card, and then you're done.
Be gay, do crime.
Be gay, do crime. Sonic says trans rights. I don't know if you've seen that meme.
I have.
Yes.
It's amazing. Lambency, what are your thoughts on all of these hot takes?
Well, okay, being the history nerd that I am, I would want to key to anywhere because I want to go break into the Vatican and I want to go look at the secret archives of everything. I just want to go crazy in the Vatican library and just read everything. But that's why I would need my get out of jail free card. One, because I'm a woman and I'm not allowed down there. Two, because it's the Vatican secret archives.
Yeah.
I'm having like Angels and Demons Tom Hanks vibes right now.
Yes. That's actually why. That's one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I could get a key, that would be, that's what I would want to do. Like, I would want to go break into a museum at night just so I can look at everything like so up close.
Yeah, and you wouldn't set off any alarms. If you have a key that can open any door, it will open doors without repercussions.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think my final answer is I want that key that opens any door and just see where life takes me.
You know, I talked myself out of it. I want the get out of jail free card.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your reason?
Crime.
You want to do crime.
Be gay, do crime. I want to become an espionage agent. Like, no. It's just it's kind of one of those. It's like, you know, I love taking like alignment tests and whatnot. And like my alignment always falls under basically, if you knew you could get away with it, you would do it.
Yeah.
So it just it fits my characteristics apparently. I'm a Scorpio. Like I'm gonna go and get into some trouble.
Ooh. Nice.
But
then
not
and
get in trouble
Lambency
for it.
We'll go break into things.
What was your final answer, Lambency?
Mine would definitely be the key.
Yeah.
Definitely the key.
All right. I love that our first question, it was two people choose one answer, the other person chooses the other one. So this next one, since Lambency chose the weird one the first one, Beau chose the weird one the second one, this third one, I'm going to have to be the odd one out. I have to keep the pattern. Let's see if we can do it. This next icebreaker is, would you rather know the history of every object you touched or be able to talk to animals?
So I would hate that because imagine all the money that you usually get handed. Do you really want to know where all that's been?
But you can choose. You can choose to not know. You just have the ability.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's a turn off and on ability. All right. I thought it was like no matter what you touch, you will know its history.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, like that superpower mind reading where it's like you can't turn it off and that's more of a curse. Yeah. Like, we're just going to say you can turn this on and off.
Oh, thank God.
For both of these.
I think I would want the knowing the history of an object because I feel like that could be really profitable.
Yes. Actually, yeah. Especially for police investigations.
Yeah, exactly. Like being able to like, it's like, here, we think this is the murder weapon. Can you tell us? Like, touches it, and it's like, yes, this is the murder weapon. And it's like,
God.
Cool.
Think of all the cold cases you could solve.
Exactly.
Dude, you'd be the best crime fighter.
Hell yeah.
If a weapon was used, they would have to resort to using their fists.
It's like iZombie, but with 100% less brain eating.
Yes. Oh my God. But talking to animals, though, like what could you learn from that?
I mean, I already talk to animals. They just don't talk back.
That's true. That's fair.
Actual
Honestly,
Disney princess confirmed.
They probably wouldn't have a lot of interesting things to say. Or would they?
I think it depends.
Well, it depends on the animal, too, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like talking to, like, a house dog might be a little boring because it would just be like, yes, I'm so excited for my master to come back. But if you talk to, like, a crow or, like, an eagle, someone that's, like, that's always, like, kind of looking over everything and always has a bird's eye view, like, I bet they would have some interesting stories to share.
That's
you would not believe the things I saw today.
Yeah.
Or, like, so, an old, 1,000-year-old Galapagos tortoise. That'd be cool.
But you would only get to hear stories through their perspective, so they wouldn't be able to put it in any frame that would be, like, maybe useful for your everyday life, in a sense. It would only be good for giving you a new, cool perspective about nature. So if you really want to be, like, a biologist or et cetera and know about how the science-y aspects of life work, that would be really good. But if you want to live a life that's more, like, grounded in humanity in that sense, and, like, you know, your everyday living would be better, the history would be better.
Yeah. There could be, because that could be double-edged too, because I mean, I wouldn't mind talking to animals to find out how, you know, the climate change is affecting them, or, you know, what's going on with their habitats, or, you know, what changes do they notice, since, you know, humans were noticing everything's burning up right now, everything's really hot, and it's like, okay, well, for animals, what is that like, or what is it like for animals in the Amazon that are losing so much forest every day? What does that affect to them? So for ecological studies and things, I would definitely want the animal one, but as a history buff, I also just want to touch things and know about it.
Yeah. Like, as just, I think my greed as a human is showing, but I think I would want to know the history thing, because I think that would benefit me more, and I could I can make more profit off of it versus just like the amazing world of discovery and perspective that animals would give me. So I don't know if that's closed-minded, but you know what? I just want to touch my microphone and see how it was made.
I just thought of like the greatest thing ever. So anyone who's had any interest in history at any point in their life, the one thing you say to get them to be like, you know what grinds my gears? The burning of the Library of Alexandria.
Ooh.
There was a question that someone was just like, hey, if you could poop anything out, what would it be? And someone was like, hey, I will take it for humanity and poop out the Library of Alexandria. And I'm like, that man is a hero.
Yeah. That man needs like a statue built for him.
But
also,
yes.
oh, sorry.
Like, what if, what if you could like find some like ashes of like, even like the building, like if there's like ruins? A remnant somewhere, just one rock of the building, you could learn so much just from how things happened there and whatnot.
That's like, amazing, but I also have a take on the animal perspective that could change my mind. Animals, humans are animals, so you could speak every single language.
Oh, animals, I'm done. That's it. I want it.
That's cool.
Right? Like, you could be billion langual. Like, if there is a language out there and there is a human speaking it, you have no language barrier.
So what you're saying is you just picked up the understand language trait.
Yeah.
But see, gosh. Historically, I would like it too, because it's like, cool, since this is their habitat, I would love to go to like the forests of India or Cambodia and being like, hey, animals, are there ruins in there? Because I know people have been looking forever. And be like, hey, there's a huge thing right there. Be like, discovery, here I come.
And it's like, oh yeah, that's where I live.
But you couldn't read every language. You could only talk to animals. So since human are animals, if there is a living, breathing human being saying things, you know what they're saying and could communicate back with ease.
I think that would be fairly easy rather than reading something, because you could just fluidly ask someone, hey, which way to this way or that way.
Now I'm kind of torn, because now, as the selfish human part of me is saying, I think I could really benefit in my everyday human life from this.
True. I mean, how beneficial would it be to be able to know every language?
Yeah, but like, for voiceover, it wouldn't help me a lot, because you have to be able to read the script.
True. Or you can memorize it and have it translated, essentially, since you know how. Yeah. And then you're your own dubbed.
Oh, this is hard. I want to hear your final answers before I give mine.
Definitely the animal one for me.
I'm gonna go with the history one, because not just like discovering things about like ancient past and whatnot, but again, like the solving cold cases and whatnot. So
you're using your powers for good.
Yeah, exactly. Like the one time we went from, okay, if I can get away with it, I'm gonna do it, to I wanna solve decade-long murders.
I'm really torn now, because I've always wanted to know all the languages, but I haven't put in the work to know them.
Right.
And I want to do that one day, and
Same.
I will. But like, this object one is really OP. Like, dude,
good question. Whoever asked this, good question.
Yeah. Or no, these are the icebreakers.
Oh, sorry, good icebreaker. This is a very good one.
These were not our viewer ones. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with history. And we had one more icebreaker, but because this is our first episode and we're kind of timing things out, I think I just want to go ahead and take us to our viewer questions, because we've spent a lot of time on these icebreakers.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
So yeah, and that is also really good though because we are having some very fun conversations. So yeah, for our viewer questions here, how this is going to work, everybody listening, is if you are a viewer, hello, and you have a question, please have a question. You can comment it below on the YouTube video for this, and we are going to scour the comments, and if we see questions that we like, we will answer them in this portion. So since this is our first episode, we did a little ad preview last week, and we did receive 2 questions. So we are going to ask them on this podcast. Even though one of the viewers probably just put it as a meme, screw it. We are asking it because we are here for you and your entertainment. And if you want to know something, we are here to tell you. And then I also just have 2 questions that I put in because they looked like fun.
Okay, I'm excited.
So, our first viewer question from Zach Brancato. And I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I suck. The question is, drumroll please. Can you not answer this question, please? So, this is a riveting question. Should we not answer this question, guys?
But what does he mean by it?
Yeah, what does it mean?
There has to be something deeper.
Part of me really wants to answer the question just to spite him, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm feeling really torn about this. So okay, we're going to do a vote. Raise your hand if you want to answer this question. All right. Okay, good. Now, raise your hand if you don't want to answer this question.
I don't think she thought this through very well.
All right. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So for the viewers at home, that's your answer. As you can see clearly through the audio, we are raising our hands.
To be fair, in real life, I really did, but you don't know for which one.
So, yeah, audience, if you think that we did answer this question, leave a comment below. And if you think that we didn't answer this question, also leave a comment below.
Man, so many options available.
Listeners will get finger guns and a wink.
Oh my god.
All right, I think we sufficiently did or didn't answer that question. And the viewers will only know if they leave a comment below. Only we know in our hearts. So now we're going to go to our second viewer question. All right. Are you ready?
No.
You're not ready?
I'm
too
never
bad.
ready. But we're gonna do it
Our
anyway.
next question comes from Stunk Eye, and it says, does human skin have a smell?
I would prefer not, or at least maybe something a little soapy.
Yeah.
But
Even when
like
you go to
a
conventions,
natural
you can definitely
smelling,
smell skin.
like musk, would not be.
Yeah.
I feel like would not be very. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just me.
I think Axe body spray is the human smell.
It's part of the human experience.
That is the human experience.
Old Spice, excuse you.
Old Spice.
I kind of want to take it into a different direction. If we could choose what the human skin smell is, what would we like the default to be?
Orange groves.
Orange groves?
Ooh. I like freshly sawed cedar.
Ooh, I was scared for the first 2 words of that sentence.
Oh, sorry.
Freshly sawed.
Katie's like, I have
just-
no fears. Lambency is like, freshly sawed. Katie, I
One
have
fear.
one fear.
I have one fear. All right. I'm going to go with
What about-
freshly baked cookies.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Freshly baked cookies, man. I love freshly baked snickerdoodles. It sounds really specific, but you can smell that cinnamon.
But if you
Like-
smell that on the skin, won't you turn into a cannibal?
Ooh, this is true. But does the smell really, does it really translate to taste? Because I tried eating a candle once when I was a baby child, and it didn't work out very well.
Oh, boo.
Hand soap tastes horrible.
Yes, it does. It absolutely tastes
Especially the
horrible.
little ones that look like they're chocolates or mints or something.
They're so bad. Like, the soap looks so tasty, and you're just like, "Arr," and it's like,
so is
forbidden
going
candy.
into a place like Lush
Forbidden
like
candy.
torture for you?
ooh. Honestly,
Where you've
I
got
love
soap
that.
looks like cake?
Yes, because I love that foam soap too. Like, I just want to put that foam on top of the cake soap, and like it just looks like I just want to take a bite out of it, and then you do, and you're like, ugh.
Instant
Like when I was a
regret.
kid, like I loved the smell of like soaps and stuff, and when I would take like bubble baths, I just want to be like hum nom nom, and then it would just be gross.
I'm so sorry for your experience, Katy.
Yeah, so no, I don't think a human smelling like freshly baked chocolate chip cookies would actually make you eat them, because it's still gonna taste like shit.
It's gonna taste like human flesh. Like human.
Yeah. I was actually listening to another podcast. Sorry guys, I've betrayed all of our viewers. I listen to other podcasts.
How dare you?
And I know one of the talking points about it was, where does human lie on like the chart of like meat that is like the most beneficial for like, you know, your body to eat. Mm-hmm. And like it's actually lower. It's actually not very healthy. I mean, you know, it like, as meat goes, it's not gonna kill you.
I've seen humans. I don't want to eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's on like the lower end. Like the nutritional value of a human is very low. So I don't know what that says about us, but I hope that any cannibals out there, I hope that you know that. So screw you. You're not gonna get your nutritional value, sucker.
Yeah, we don't taste like snickerdoodles either.
We don't. And I'm trying to figure out if, like, on the original take of the question, does human skin actually have a smell? Because like I can't think of one, and I know what I want it to be now, and I'm sad that it's not real.
I feel like generally, like even like when someone washes themselves, like I don't know, like you have that thing of like it's not necessarily like an actual smell where you could describe it, but I feel like every person has their own like aura that kind of you either like or don't like, and like that like the sense of smell kind of comes from that, and it's more so just a sense of familiarity than like an actual like discernible smell.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense, because even after like you shower, like for example, if there's someone that like is like a significant other or something, like they might have a natural smell that you're just like, this smells really
so
good.
like pheromones.
I was thinking that too, because I was like, well, usually when my husband gets out of the shower or something, or if I'm hugging him, even if he's just clean, or even if he's come home from work or something, there's still this particular thing about him that just smells familiar to me.
Yeah.
And that in itself is the comfort, is that familiar scent.
Yeah, so skin does have a smell, and the smell is familiar.
And it's unique. It's unique to you, so take care of it.
And it smells like friends.
Yay. Yes, exactly. Well, I think, Stunk Eye, you're welcome. We took that question to a really deep place, even though your first thought was probably just to be silly and have a fun question. So, our next question is, can you tell me any one secret about yourself?
You know, I thank you, Katy, for giving us a heads up on this one specifically. Because I've been sitting there thinking about it, and it's not something that it's not necessarily a secret. Like, there are people that know it about me, but it's not something that I actively talk about anymore because I don't really actively practice. But for a very long time, up until I was like 18, really wanted to join the circus and be a clown.
Oh my god.
And really? So I have like professional grade like juggling equipment. I have my own unicycle.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Yo! I really, really love like the whole circusing aspect, and specifically clowning. Like,
yes.
Even if
I'm always clowning.
Even if there's no like, if you don't have like the face on, like I literally live to just make people laugh. Like, if I can make one person laugh, then I consider it a success.
Oh my gosh. That's so beautiful.
That is. Oh.
I need a good secret. I
Me too.
I can't beat that, Beau. That's great. Oh, shoot.
Basically, I like making myself look like an idiot in front of people.
Dude,
that's fun.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. Let's see. Well, I am quite the chatterbox, and I don't know if I have a lot of secrets. Let's see. Lambency, you go. I'm scared.
Let's see. My secret. I secretly enjoy cosplaying people who are bloodied up or dead because I enjoy invoking the reaction of, oh my god, I can't believe she did that.
Ooh.
So the whole reason why I did my bloody-eyed young Maria was because I wanted to do the shock factor. That's what it is. I live for that shock factor. I love doing horror cosplay. Like, if you see my room, I love pink, I love animals, I love plushies, but cosplaying, bloody me up. I don't care. I want to freak people out. And that's why I love Halloween, because I can cosplay all my favorite Japanese ghosts from my Japanese games. And I feel so happy. And then I love freaking people out with like makeup or with how I move, like theatrically, if I'm like a ghost and I have to do like the jolty movements and whatnot. I love doing that so much. And I love freaking people out despite the fact that I'm always scared of everything.
That is cool. My secret is not as good as that. I just tried to think of one off the top of my head. Like, what's something I probably haven't told anybody in a while, or not publicly gone with? And so, guys, this is gonna be like a big deal. I'm sorry if this oversteps you or overshadows you. Whenever I have like a big bag of snacks or something, I always, if somebody asks how much I ate, I lie. Like, if there's like cupcakes in the fridge and they're like, oh, how many did you eat? If I ate 3, I say that I ate 2.
Oh my gosh, I was expecting some big like life-changing thing.
Yeah, that's right. If somebody asks how many M&Ms I had, I'll just be like, I had a handful. I ate the whole bag.
Right, but
I ate all of it.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone, if you're hiding that secret, I see you.
I can't believe you lied about the M&Ms.
Exposed.
Absolutely
Katy exposed.
Hashtag expose Katy 2K19.
Hashtag Katy is exposed. Wow, like Beau's secret, yours was so beautiful and like
cute,
life-changing.
Oh, I loved that. That was a good story.
And mine,
and you know the crazy thing is that when I was little, I was terrified of clowns.
Yeah?
Yeah, like absolutely terrified of clowns. But then there was one of those, you remember the Disney sing-along VHSs that they had?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was one that they did with Ringling Brothers, that followed actually the first clown to ever headline as a clown in the United States.
Wow.
David Larible. He was this persona. His face wasn't super crazy cartoony, and he didn't look scary to me.
Yeah,
and because he's an Italian clown, he's like a genuine clown from like Europe and whatnot.
Yeah.
So their faces are a lot less, in my opinion, they're a lot less like super over the top, and they more so are built around their normal features. And so seeing his clowning face and how he interacted with all the kids, he was like one of my idols. And completely, coincidentally, when I was like 9, I think, my mom and I went to Ringling Brothers here in California, in Anaheim, and we bumped into him while he was out of costume, just kind of walking around. And he ended up becoming a very close family friend that I'm still in contact with to this day. But he was the one that inspired me to become a clown.
How fun.
And I still we're friends on Facebook, and it's like I'm always so excited to see all the stuff that he's been posting, and
that's adorable.
He's still such an inspiration to me. Like, good. I love that.
Aw, that's so sweet.
That's really amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, and also, audience, I just want to let you guys know that this is like the first episode that we're doing. So me and Beau have known each other for like a little bit on the project, but we haven't really had the chance to like talk about a lot of really cool stuff. So this has been a cool learning opportunity for me to like learn more about Beau. And I just want to say, everything you've been saying is really cool, and I think you're a really cool person.
Oh my gosh, Katy, like, talking to you guys, the audience, like, I was so intimidated by how talented Katy is, and, like, I was so nervous about talking to her, and then, like, once, when we finally started talking about this podcast, I mean, I feel like we really bonded over RTX, like, that was the real, like, we had a chance to kind of chat a little bit, we had brainstormed some ideas for VR shorts, but, like we really hung out at RTX, and then when we were talking about this podcast and we went on that like hour-long tangent about Salem, like,
yes,
that was when I knew that this was a budding friendship.
Yes.
And like so Lambency, like I had seen your art like online way before we even met. Like I was definitely aware of your art style and all the stuff that you had done so far.
Yay.
So it was really
cool.
So
now that I have successfully built your ego and mine, I'm going to take us to our last question. Do you have any insecurities in your life? Because I do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So many.
So very many.
To build off of, like, because I really do think you're cool, Beau, and stuff, and, like, the fact that you think I'm, like, talented and all that stuff, like, or that I'm intimidating is, like, really cool, because honestly one of my insecurities is that, like, because you always hear, like, you know, you are enough, you are valid, like, just you being you is enough, but a lot of the times I always feel like, am I doing enough, or is the thing that I'm working on only good with an asterisk, which is something it's a phrase that I heard recently, meaning, like, is it just good for what it is, or is it just, like, okay, but there's somebody better out there, and, like, is the work that I'm doing, like, gonna take me anywhere, because I'm always doing new projects, and, like, you know, you do 20 auditions and you might book one, and that's really cool, but in your head that imposter syndrome can be very real, of, like, oh god, I'm not where I should be, or I'm not doing as good as this person, and you do compare yourself as much as you tell yourself not to, and that is an insecurity that I have, because I've had people come to me and say, like, wow, Katy, like, you've made it, like, you're doing all these cool stuff, and I'm just like, nope, I have not made it. But a perspective I've had to learn is, like, that your floor is somebody else's ceiling. Yeah. Because there's people out there that look up to what you do, and you're still, like, looking up even further, not even realizing what's below you and what you've accomplished and, like, what your default is now. And so, yeah, that's my insecurity that I still struggle with.
That's fair. I would probably say that my secret, my, like, you know, secret that I shared is also kind of one of my biggest insecurities, because it's like I want nothing more than to, like, make people happy, make people laugh, you know, bring them enjoyment from my actions, but there's always that, like, underlying thought and, like, concern and worry of, like, is what I'm doing okay? Is what I'm doing, is it enough? Am I just annoying people? Or, like, you know, and going off of that, you know, performance-wise, because, like, I really love being a part of KRWBY, but, like, I'm so, like, if I'm being completely honest here, I'm so insecure with my winter voice. Yeah. It's so, like, Elizabeth Maxwell is so goddamn talented, and, like, I still to this day am just like, why am I their winter? They could do so much better. So yeah, those are probably my insecurities. It's basically just performing. It's like just wondering, having that underlying thought of, is what I'm doing good enough?
I guess all performers are kind of insecure in a way, because performing is really about expressing the true nature of humanity. It's about, like, putting yourself into a character and telling that story. And, like, every character, every human has an insecurity, and you have to find a way to express it. So, like, going into your insecurities and using them to give, like, a natural performance is, like, something that's really, really normal. So, like, a lot of the insecurities that we hear about are stuff that everybody in some way might be dealing with. It's just, like, I guess the levels of how much it's affecting your life.
Performing is, like, not just doing all of that, but it's also putting yourself out there, putting yourself into a very vulnerable state of, like, you know, potentially showing different sides of yourself that you've never shown to anyone before, or, like, tapping into emotions that you've never had to visit before. And it can be very freeing, but it can also be very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, like, even doing this podcast, like, I seem well put together, and, like, I, you know, formatted, I did all the stuff to make it happen, but even as we're recording, I still get my heart still skipping a few beats, because, you know, it's the first one, I want it to do well, and it's just like, insecure and nervous. What about you, Lambency? We've spilled our guts.
Probably the exact same also, with in regards to that. Definitely insecurities in my art. Just because, you know, performers, artists of any kind, we're always very self-critical of our own stuff. I have insecurities in my own physical features, just because I feel like every imperfection that I have, is right on display everywhere, and that's, like, insecurities or bad thoughts that I've had, or, like, hey, I might have had a passing vindictive thought about this person walking by, and now it's plastered all over my face. Like, shame kind of thing. So I have those insecurities there. And then the biggest one, I believe, if I'm going to get deep and I'm going to get true, is that the stress of everything of life has given me bald spots on my head. So RTX, I was so nervous to go. I was so scared to go because I was afraid that everyone was just going to see that. And that was going to be the thing that everyone was going to be focused on, not, hey, this person's in the community corner, or hey, this person's doing RTX side quest, or hey, oh, that's the artist. It's like, hey, that woman's balding. So right now, that's my biggest insecurity. But I'm doing things and trying to help, and it's slowly getting better. So
I kind of want to add on to that. It's actually really beautiful that you opened up about that, because I grew up and still have a thing called Trichotillomania.
Yes.
Where I pull my hair. And all throughout middle school, I had bald spots. And I know I can relate directly to that feeling that you're having of worrying about, am I going to be able to make friends because I pull my hair and they're going to think I'm weird and like I'm not pretty and I'm not this, especially as a woman, when your looks are kind of like brought into situations when they're not supposed to be. Like, they're made relevant when it's not even important in everything that you do. And so, like, hair is a symbol in a lot of ways when it comes to femininity and just general in life. Like, well, male or female, your hair can be kind of a very important feature of yourself.
With guys, it's like, oh, he has beautiful full hair type thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, that's a very real and valid thing, and I can relate to that, and I hope that you know that it's interesting, because one thing I've learned over the years is that people are always more focused on themselves than you, whether that's what you're doing in the room or like some physical feature, etc. Yeah, people might notice it, but they never linger on it longer than you think they are. Yeah. It's like, it's easier to think that, but in your mind,
it's weird because you put yourself in that spot too, and say, like, my husband is balding. I don't see that. He's just like, oh, I lost some hair today, and I was just like, where? I don't. Okay. Yeah. You say that, but I don't see anything gone.
We always hyper focus on ourselves, and we think everyone else is looking at us in the same way we are, when in reality, like, people are focused on their own shit. Yeah. Like, and like, yes, to a degree, like, sometimes they will notice stuff and call out stuff, especially in this internet culture that we're in, but most of the time it's not as bad as you think it would be. And that's something that I've learned when it came to my trick, because I thought people would just not want to be my friend over it, and it was like, oh no, they're just like, oh cool.
I was just like, okay, well, they're just gonna see me as, you know, hey, that's the ugly person who's balding, and it's just like, I went to RTX, people were talking to me, no one really noticed. I even got complimented by my friend Nick, and he's just like, wow, your hair seems a lot more, you know, lush and curly than I've seen it before. And I'm like, I've been trying to get out of this depressive slump. I've been taking better care of myself, and trying to get everything to grow back, trying to get over my stress as much as I could. But so RTX was really fun in that, is that I had spent this past year beautying myself up, I guess you could say, trying to get rid of some of those insecurities, and it did help. It really helped. Because
self-care.
And that's very important, I believe, especially if you do get in depressive slumps sometimes. Like, for me, I just had to be like, all right, I know what I'm doing. I just got to do something, a little thing every day to make myself feel better. If that's like picking up one corner of my room, if it's getting my overtone and dyeing my hair pink, then it's that.
Wow, we went really hard on that question.
I wanted to I wanted to add on, just, I know that we've already kind of been going for a few minutes on it, but on a more physical level, being insecure about oneself is, you know, for those of you who don't know, I'm non-binary. I don't identify as male or female. I go by they, them. And one of the hardest things about like insecurity is that when I get identified off the bat as female, I'm not saying like being a woman is bad. I personally am so like insecure when someone just goes, oh, that your name's Beau, it's so nice to meet you, yeah, she's really cool. I try really hard to like put on that air of like kind of androgyny and like middle ground, where I always joke that it's like when people kind of glance at me and give me that very telling look of, oh god, are they a dude or are they a chick? I'm not sure. Honestly, I feel really proud of that, and making people wonder what I am. but like it's so like body dysphoria is such a huge thing that I struggle with, is like hating what I see in my reflection. And it's so hard to come to terms with it. You know, for when I first realized it about myself, I was binding near constantly because I hated the fact that I had a feminine figure. And it was just like I learned to kind of come to terms with it and really kind of start feeling more comfortable in my own body. But it's still something, you know, intrusive thoughts are a thing, and it's still something that I very regularly struggle with. And it's just kind of, some days it's easier, some days it's not. But
some days I'll come out of the shower and I'll be like, oh my god, my hairline looks great. But then I came out of the shower the other day and I'm like, oh my god, it's getting bigger.
You know, I have to say, I hadn't ever seen you outside of your Maria cosplay before you came to the KRWBY meetup at RTX.
That's right. That's
and
right.
I didn't recognize you, and I promise you, I'm not just saying this just to make you feel good about yourself, but I remember as soon as I realized that it was you, my first thought was, oh man, her hair is so pretty and curly. Like, I didn't know that that was what was under the wig. I actually thought the
same thing. I didn't see or notice any type of thinning in your hair or anything like that. And as somebody that pays attention to hair, because, you know, I had Trich, and so like I kind of hyper focus on mine sometimes, so I might look at other people's hair. I didn't notice. So like your hair is really growing in nicely, and it's a lovely curl.
Yeah, thank you. That's something that I've always tried to get rid of when I was younger. Just, you know, straightening treatments. And my sister had beautiful, beautiful, thick, straight, like Pocahontas straight hair. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. But she always poured chemicals and stuff into it to try and get it to curl and whatnot.
That's
and
exactly
me, I just
what I used to do.
I just heat ironed every time that I could. Probably destroyed my hair that way. I haven't heat ironed in over a year. I've been using deep conditioners. I've been learning how to take care of curly hair because I didn't really grow up knowing how to, because I was adopted. My parents didn't have curly hair, so they didn't really know how to help me whenever I needed proper hair care. So now that I'm a little bit more on my own, trying to get more independent, trying to relearn things, I found out, oh, there's a whole method to keeping those curls. And so it's been fun to do, and I've been actually enjoying my curly hair a lot more than straight.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
It's interesting to see the things that people are insecure about, because one thing you might be insecure about can be totally different from someone else. Like, because my hair is very straight, and I curl mine because I love how it looks curly. And when I see people with naturally like vibrantly curly hair, I just get like, oh, I wish mine was like that. So it's so weird that perspectives can be so different in terms of how we judge ourselves and others.
Yeah.
Like your lens can just be so vastly different. But that's what makes us all beautiful.
Exactly. And then opening up about it also helps bring to light other things and helps you see it from different perspectives.
Absolutely.
Oh man. Well, those are our 4 questions for that segment. And viewers listening, if you would like to submit a question to have us answer, please comment below, and we will look through the comments and answer it. And we're talking, we will do weird questions, we will do deep questions. If you want to leave a paragraph of a question like, man, today I was having a really bad day, and I just want to know, what's your favorite food when you're having a bad day? Anything like that. We'd love to hear it, because we just love answering silly questions, and we really want to get to know everybody.
Absolutely.
So we're about to go to our next segment, which is hosted by Beau. It is going to be called the KRWBY News Corner. And Beau, why don't you tell them about the KRWBY News Corner and what they can learn?
So the KRWBY News Corner is kind of a culmination of what was previously branded the KRWBY News Network, which I'm sure if any of you have been here for a little while or have been perusing through the channel, you would have seen that lovely little kind of semi-VR short that was called KRWBY News Network. And it was originally meant to be a like bi-monthly kind of VR short that we would do to kind of just update you guys on what we were doing behind the scenes, what was being worked on. But, you know, to be completely honest, back then we weren't quite on such a like set production schedule. So it was really hard to kind of stay consistent with having something new to talk about all the time. And so when Katy approached me about co-hosting this with her and mentioned, you know, at the end we want to have like a KRWBY News Corner thing, I was really excited to kind of bring that back in and be able to bring information to you guys. So what KRWBY News Corner is I will give you guys updates every time we have one of these podcasts of kind of what's being worked on behind the scenes, so that way you guys know that there is stuff being worked on, and you kind of also kind of have an idea of how long some of these things take to work on too. So going into that, welcome to KRWBY News Corner.
Yay.
The day that we're actually recording this is August 6th, but this isn't going to be posted until the 13th. So by that point, RWBY Abridged, Volume 2, Chapter 1 of Volume 2 will have been out for about a week now.
Woo!
And man, I got to see the episode at Brian's house the other night, and actually as of today, it's finally mixed. I think it's going on Patreon today, the day that we're recording, and it should be public tomorrow. But so that's what's happening on the channel right now. Actually, as we speak, Zaz is doing her 21K Five Nights at Freddy's celebration stream. So to give you guys an idea of like what's going on right now, like currently in this moment, the Abridged team really wanted me to, you know, express that they're so excited to see what you guys think of the new season, the new volume, and that they're already hard at work on Chapter 2. I personally, like, I'm a huge fan of our own Abridged. I know that kind of probably sounds a little, like, biased and, like, but everyone's so talented, and, like, the scripts are always so funny. I'm really excited to see what comes of the next chapter. Going into the VR shorts, we do have several shorts that are works in progress. We're already starting to script for the Halloween short. We're revisiting an old short that we had written about this time last year, but then got put off because we didn't have one of the assets that we really needed for it, but we do now. And on that note, actually, as Katy mentioned earlier, Tina and I have officially asked Katy here to join the official writing team for the VR shorts. So we're really excited to have you, Katy. That'll be
I'm so excited to be there.
We've also got the new head admin for the Discord server. So if any of you guys have been in the Discord server for a while, you'll know that I have been the head admin since basically day one. I helped establish the rules, helped establish the admin and mod team, helped kind of set up how things are regulated within the server. And I felt like it was kind of time for me to step away from that. I'm going to be going into the VR short department full time. And Ian, or Yang X, or I think he's clearly Adam Taurus right now on the server.
Yeah.
He's going to be stepping up as the new head admin of the Discord server. He's got some really great ideas for how to kind of rework some of the rules. So some are a little bit less like oddly specific, and some are a little bit more specific because they're a little too vague. He's reworking like the teams, and I'm really kind of proud to see how much effort he's put into this, and I'm really impressed at how much he does care about it. So keep an eye out for some changes going on in the server. I have a message from Steven, the head of the editing team. He actually messaged me right as we started recording this podcast, so I was able to grab it for it. He says, we've got our RTX vlogs coming up soon with one video for each day of the convention. We've also gotten you covered with some more comic dubs and even a review video for Rooster Teeth's newest game, Vicious Circle, available on Steam on August 13th. So that's going to come out today for you guys. Like, that's going to come out probably the day that this is going to be posted. So super excited about that. We've got plenty more secret projects in the work as well, so stay tuned. So, you know, the editing team has been super hard at work on, you know, making sure that everything's up to par for your guys' standards and for making sure that everything looks and sounds amazing. Kind of finishing it off with talking about podcasts. Every Sunday right now, we have the KRWBY Talk podcast hosted by Ian/Ventress, a different Ian, Brian, Cole, and myself. I'm a regular of that one now as well, and then Forrest, and that's a lot of fun. You know, during like peak season for RWBY, we talk about RWBY every Saturday when it comes out. Then we covered Genlock while it was airing, and then we covered Attack on Titan, and currently we are covering Fire Force, which is coming out on, I believe, Crunchyroll and Funimation. Should definitely check it out. It's animated by the same studio that did Soul Eater, so it's got a really unique, beautiful animation style, and we're talking about that every Sunday, I believe at 8 p.m. on the channel. That's KRWBY Talk. And with all of that being said, don't forget to check out all of our Patreon tiers that we have, because our videos go up there ahead of time, typically about a week early. Sometimes we have a little bit less time because we do have like set schedules for when things need to be publicly released, but the Patreon almost always is given early access to absolutely everything. I think this video, this podcast is going to be one of the few exceptions that will be on the YouTube before anything else. But yeah, if you guys want to see like behind the scenes stuff, hear bloopers, get to see all of our videos before it gets posted publicly, please check out that Patreon. All funds from the Patreon just go towards helping us produce a better high quality content channel for you guys.
Yes.
So with that being said, back to you, Katie. That's been KRWBY News Corner.
Yay! Well, I think that all of that sounds amazing. And yeah, we're going to go right into our outro, where we're just going to say where you can find us all on the social medias and where you can find all of our cool stuff. So Lambency, would you please start as our special guest? Where can they find you?
Let's see. I am on Twitter as @CorinForte. You could probably just type in Lambency also, and my name will pop up. My Patreon is just also Lambency, or I have a website at lambency.net that has a bunch of the images from my catalog of things that I have done. A good majority of it is RWBY stuff. I have a lot of the art that I've done for the RTX side quest auctions that are up there, and a lot of original outfit designs, original character designs, but a good majority of it is RWBY stuff, and a lot of it is design stuff for like products that I wish I could make.
Yeah. And do you have anything that you want to plug right now in regards to what you're working on, what you've worked on that you're proud of, or like if you're like promoting anything?
In that I'm the one who did the icon for this, for Perpetually Ajar.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Absolutely.
Yes. And
I like it because
you
messaged me, and then you were talking about it, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it right now and see what I can come up with.
So yeah, Lambency created our Perpetually Ajar logo. I gave her my idea of a vision, and she masterfully brought it to life. Absolutely. And I'd also like to plug real quick that the music that you listen to for our intro and outro is by Daniel Lewis, aka What's My Name, on Instagram and SoundCloud. So when it comes to making this podcast, Lambency did our art, What's My Name did our music, and they're both amazingly talented. And yeah, do you have anything else you want to plug?
Just, the KRWBY Patreon. If any and everything can help, and we can start getting some physical things for people. Yeah. Just kind of like the moon pins that we got to do at RTX, which were a hit from what I heard.
Yes.
Absolutely. The moon
they
pins
were so good.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. I have to tell you guys, Lambency made this amazing pin of the what's it called? The lantern, the relic. Yeah. Of the relic. And people have been messaging me asking if they can buy one. And I'm just like, I'm sorry.
I've had so many messages being like, where can I buy it? Can I buy it off of you under the table? And I'm just like, please. Please.
I know. I'm so sorry. So you do want to sell them? I thought you had said that it was just for like giving out.
Well, I mean, I would like to give them out, but then, for rewards and for tiers, I would eventually like to maybe like, here's a gift. Here's something for you.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Because, they look amazing.
Thank you.
All right, and Beau, where can they find you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did you have something else?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Go ahead, Beau.
So, yeah, Beau, what would you like to plug? Where can they find you?
So I'm trying really hard to post regularly on the Twitter.
The Twitter.
So you can find me at Beau from KRWBY, BeauFromKRWBY. I post a lot of ridiculous selfies. I post, updates on where I'm going to be at conventions, or if I'm doing any kind of meetup or anything like that. Especially when I'm going live on my Twitch, which is another thing I would love to plug because I'm a gamer. That is my trade of choice for right now.
Gamer.
I really enjoy just sharing my ridiculous gaming playthroughs with you guys. And so you can find me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/cbcosplay. I stream on there, honestly, 5-6 times a week. It's a lot of fun. I love just interacting with you guys and whatnot. And that one, like, if you could just toss me a follow, like, boom, that would be awesome. And then the last thing I want to plug is my Patreon, because I also have a Patreon, and that is also patreon.com/cbcosplay. And on my Patreon, I post exclusive clips from, recordings that I've taken in VR chat, or, playing Beat Saber, or whatever have you, funny things that have happened, me getting 100% on a really hard expert song, because I'm proud of it. And I also post reactions. I did reactions to all of RWBY Volume 6. I did reactions to Genlock Season 1, and currently I am putting my reactions to She-Ra and the Princesses of Power Season 3. So if you want to check that out, that'll be patreon.com/cbcosplay.
I need to check out that new season.
Yeah.
And Katy.
And yeah, you can find me, hello, I am Katy. You can find me at KaniDay Official. That's Kani like the sushi, Day like the day, and official like me. On Twitter and Instagram at that name. You can find me at KaniDay Cosplay on Facebook. You can find me on Dr. Crafty on YouTube, where I am a head writer and the voice of Pepper, the hostess for our lovely show on character design and animation. And you can find me on the Weird Flex But Okay podcast. It is a comedy weebs workouts and advice podcast that I host with Jordan Jacksblade Down. And he's amazing. You can check him out on Jacksblade on YouTube. And we do lots of fun stuff. I love podcasting. And you can find me on KRWBY Productions. And you can find KRWBY Productions on KRWBY Productions on YouTube.com. And if you're listening to this podcast, then you're already there. Congratulations. Yeah. Please check out our Patreon and all of our other content. And that is a wrap. We did it, guys.
I cannot believe.
We did it.
So thank you guys so much for listening, and we hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time you're listening to it. Please leave a comment down below with a question. And have a good one. Bye. Everybody say bye. Woo!
Bye. Drink water.
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
Be gay, do crime.
That too.